Thank you for joining me for the Pathway today. So we just studied Numbers 19, this strange passage about the red heifer, and fast forwarded to Hebrews 9, where it talks about how that was fulfilled by Jesus, how he came to purify us, to make us clean, and to give us life instead of death. And so since today is Palm Sunday, and it's 1 week until Easter, I thought something that might be fun for us to do this week would be to start from that passage that Neil read. He pulled out of the book of John during that Holy Week, that week of Jesus' life, when he rode in on Palm Sunday, prepared for his death, and spent some time with his disciples, teaching them some of the greatest truths he wanted them to remember before his death and resurrection. And so I'd encourage you this week, maybe just start with John chapter 12 and read maybe a little bit each day through the end of the book, because it talks about his anointing, the triumphal entry on Palm Sunday, predicting his own death, all the way through his actual time on the cross, which would be really meaningful to meditate on this week. And you see all throughout how, just like we saw with the red heifer in Numbers 19, that paradox of how we can defeat death is solved by Jesus. In fact, because he had raised Lazarus from the dead, there were people trying to kill Lazarus because they don't want somebody to find out that there's somebody here who can actually solve the death problem. And then Jesus predicts his own death, dies, and rises again. So I know I'll be doing that some myself this week, and maybe you just want to read John 12 right through the end of the book. I'll even flip forward here and tell you how many chapters it is. 21. So John 12 to 21. As you meditate, think, worship, pray, and celebrate everything that Jesus did to bring us life through his death. Thank you for joining me today. We'll see you next week.